Yeah, when you talk about QSR, it has rapidly transformed, especially during the COVID era and after the COVID era. What we've seen is there used to be very limited number of brands that used to be these digital superpowers, and now every mom and pop out there has digital presence. So big brands have to now compete with all these mini restaurants across the market who have their own digital presence, and they are getting disrupted by this trend. Also, there is what we call the rise of aggregators. All these marketplace availability from the DoorDash, Uber Eats of the world are gaining customer market share from large QSR brands, and it is something that the brands cannot neglect, and you cannot keep away from the partnerships with these marketplaces. The other trend that is hot, especially in North America, is the labor challenges, especially triggered and accelerated with the COVID business trends. So what is happening is a lot of brands are looking to solve for the labor issues in different ways, whether it is automation of making the food or delivery of the product, and using different labor models to manage the labor situation the most effectively in the restaurant. Then the other trend I would talk about is pricing sensitivity. The pricing architecture and analysis has become very, very sophisticated. There are no more simple pricing tests at a market level and things that are just rolled out nationally for QSR brands. There is very sophisticated analysis on sensitivity and high-tech revenue management to make sure we don't price too high or too low, keep our profit margins up, and also keep those customers within the brand. There is also focus on unit development and growth from a restaurant count perspective. There are high-tech analytical tools used to study what markets are ripe and white spaces where we can gain the most profitability, and that is a new trend that is happening with the QSR industry. And then lastly, I will say there is a huge holistic view that most brands are taking. 3 years ago, the focus used to be primarily on digital presence, customer marketing, CRM, and then point of sale. That's all the tech portfolio of restaurant brands used to be. Now it includes all the back office applications, very efficient menu management, restaurant management, connections to the ERP system, the hiring sites, job hierarchy, that entire ecosystem that runs the restaurant as well as the above store and tying it to the corporate level is looked at holistically, and several brands are investing in these systems, for example ERP or analytical tool sets that was not a primary focus previously. I would sum that up as some of the key trends that are happening in the QSR industry today. Yeah, I mean, a combination of all these business trends are driving a certain tech roadmap for the entire QSR industry. I will say a focus on global sales collection is a big area these days. There is missed revenue left on the table with multiple point of sale systems across the world, where those don't integrate back into the data warehouses, and brands are losing on capturing that revenue. So we are seeing a big trend on investing into that sales collection tool. The labor pressures were always there in the QSR, but based on the recent trends, using of delivery as a service model has increased quite a bit, as well as that optimization of orders flowing from the marketplace into the POS, and that entire customer journey from the customers placing an order on the aggregator marketplaces to the fulfillment side of thing, and that transparency needed for where is my food is an increased expectation from the customer. It's not just an order from your mobile app today that customers are expecting to track. Regardless of where they place the order from and who delivers the food, they want that transparency end to end. The other trend is high-tech revenue management tools are being implemented to analyze the price sensitivity and managing pricing across the different channels, and menu actually as well across the different channels, and making sure the point of sale is synchronized with the menus on aggregators, the digital channel, and all these admin tools are getting a facelift for a majority of the brands these days. The other piece I'll say is fine-tuning and using of AI and ML tools for fine-tuning of different algorithms that predict when your pizza will be at your door, and what is the lead time, and which customers to target with specific offers, even like generating offers based on the consumer microsegment. All of these different use cases are relying on AI and ML technologies very frequently across the brands. And then a lot of experimentation is happening to automate the kitchen. Kitchen display systems are a hot topic for many brands today to make that making of the food product a seamless experience for those precious employees who are hard to find these days. So how do we make their lives easier? And full automation of making of the food is typically very difficult. So several brands are experimenting with easier products, for example, French fries or salads or smoothies that have set recipes and an order to make. And a lot of brands are investing and testing different types of automation within the restaurant. And then logistics is a big focus area. As I mentioned, customers want transparency on the fulfillment side of things. So having that proper logistics system, geofence-based triggers and notifications to the customers on whether their food is ready, it has been picked up, regardless of which driver is going to deliver to them. Is the driver en route, and has the driver reached the customer's address? All of that transparency is navigated through these logistics system. And then there is a bi-directional integration with order processing times based on past order volumes in the restaurants, and sales forecasting to make sure the right amount of labor is staffed, as well as estimation of food prep time and ready time is built in based on all these models. So there is all these trends are driving a ton of application of AI, ML, expansion of digital technologies, consumer micro-segmentation, and then a ton of integration, API-based integration or event-based integration, not only between the digital systems and the point of sale, but also with the back office systems, as well as the data and analytics tool set to give a full view of the entire business model for any QSR brand. Being in the QSR industry, our focus is a lot on unit economics. So per store profitability matters a lot, and that forces the technology teams to come up with very cost-efficient solutions that can be scalable across the brand's footprint. And today, given the cybersecurity attack surfaces increasing and the various trends in the cyber insurance, even given how the market is trending, all of that is forcing a foundational approach to building your technology foundation to be very strong in various areas, whether it is resiliency, security, performance, patching, hygiene, cost optimization, having visibility into where your pennies are going in terms of cloud costs, given many brands are now fully running in the cloud, and making sure that we have a solid FinOps practice. So all of these are now basically must-haves for technology teams supporting the restaurants because of the amount of tech transformation that is going on across the brand footprint. So the way to achieve that is to make these must-have tech capabilities through a solid process framework